Harper Influence and HarperAudio present The Color of Death, a novel by Trey Gowdy with Christopher Greyson, performed by Toby Ricketts. To the women who inspired Belle, mainly my wife, Terry. To the victims of crime who gave prosecutors and cops a reason to wrestle the demons and pursue justice. To the prosecutors who speak up for those too scared, too injured, or too dead to speak up for themselves. Chapter 1.
Why don't we just kill him?
Not yet, Knox. Not yet.
Footsteps moved away from him, and a door closed. Frank Hastings slowly regained consciousness. His hands, legs, and chest were tightly bound to a high-back wooden chair, like a prisoner strapped in for execution. The gag in his mouth made it hard to breathe. The last thing he remembered was turning off a paved road and heading toward a cabin near the river. A potential client with a significant personal injury claim wanted to meet, and he, a lawyer with significant financial issues, was more than willing to make the drive and pitch his services. He knocked on the door. It swung open, and everything went black. Frank blinked and shook his head like a patient emerging from a coma. The room came into focus. In front of him sat a small, round table with a notepad and pen, an old TV, and a video player. The place seemed familiar, like many of the cabins where people come to fish the North Pacolet River. A door opened behind him, followed by the sound of two sets of footsteps entering the room. Judging by the trembling floor beneath his feet, one of them was massive. They stopped directly behind Frank's chair. Frank attempted to speak, but the gag made it impossible. He tried to twist around and see who they were, but the restraints in the high-backed chair prevented that.
He's awake, J.D.,
Knox said.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Knox wrenched the gag out from between Frank's teeth.
If you want money... This isn't about money, J.D. cut him off. It's about seeking justice for Larry Stafford and our mom.
Frank remembered the case well.
No one could have won that case.
That's not true, Frank. Someone did win. It just wasn't you. But now it's time for you to stop asking questions and start answering them. Your trial is about to begin. I even brought my own .38 caliber gavel.
The cold metal of a gun pressed against the skin on Frank's neck. J.D. mockingly imitated a bailiff.
The first item on the docket is a malpractice case. The People v. Frank Hastings. Mr. Hastings, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, well, we can skip the rest. It won't matter.
We don't need to do this. I want to find a way to make it right.
Oh, we're going to make it right, Frank. Exhibit 1 is a video. Let's watch.
The TV on the table flashed to life. Frank attempted to turn his head to the right to plead with J.D., only to find himself staring down the dark barrel of the revolver.
Watch the TV, Frank.
Frank gulped and stared at the screen.
This was one of the first cases featured on Trial TV. It didn't receive the same attention as O.J. or Scott Peterson did, but they show it in law schools now. Not your part, of course. Who wants to watch a fat, bald lawyer sweating his way through a trial? They want to see the prosecutor, Colm Truesdale. What did the paper call him?
The artist,
Knox said. Frank glanced down and to the left. He could see only the man's boots, which were twice the size of his own shoes.
That's right, the artist, J.D. continued. But that's a lie as well. Artists create. Colm destroys.
On the TV, Assistant District Attorney Colm Truesdale rose from behind the prosecutor's table. Tall and broad-shouldered, the fit young prosecutor exuded Southern charm wrapped in a disarming smile. He gazed at the jury box, not saying a word, but already working his magic.
See how he's connecting with...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?